to our elected officials, to our survivors, our 2Gs, our 3Gs, to each of you that have come here today, from the bottom of my heart, I can't thank you enough for coming. In this room are many volunteers, and this week has been an extremely challenging week for all of us because we have the honor and the responsibility to go throughout Long Island and share the stories that we share with police officers, first responders, and over 30,000 kids all year long, to share with them the story of our family, as well as to tell them about the Holocaust and why it happened. Tonight, we are very privileged to have one of our best, if not our best, in Gilda Zirinsky, who will be our survivor, telling her story. And we have Donna Rosenblum, who has dedicated her life to teaching the Holocaust, that she will follow me. There is a responsibility for us to remember. I know that for other 2Gs like myself, we are not volunteers. It is our solemn duty to our parents that we not let their story die, that we remember beyond what they told and who they told, and when they can't tell the story, tell it for them. But remembering is only half of the responsibility. Never forget and never again. There is something different today than there was even a decade ago. A decade ago, it was never forget that we thought was so important, because we simply didn't believe that we had to worry about never again. And that's because we didn't remember some of the most important lessons that the Holocaust had to teach us. You see, I know that when my mother's father and oldest brother were murdered the first night that the Nazis came, when my father's mother and baby sister were murdered, when he didn't see his father for 10 years, when his oldest brother was killed 3 weeks before liberation, the people that murdered them, it's not just that they didn't feel guilt. It's not just that they weren't sorry, but they felt so righteous in killing our families, in torturing our families. They thought they were on the right side of history. And they didn't believe that for no particular reason. They believed it because if you tell a bad enough lie, often enough, enough times, people will believe it. And so, when the Nazis said, the Jews drink Christian blood, or the Jews were not loyal to Germany, and the Jews were the Bolsheviks, everything they said about us being subhuman, people believed it because they said it often enough. The fact that it wasn't true was irrelevant. And the reason that's so important that we remember that today is because it's still true. If you tell a lie often enough, people will believe it. So, what was the story of us being subhuman 80 years ago today, they still say that our loyalty isn't there. But now, they will use our affiliation as Jews and take what they perceive to be going on halfway across the world in Israel And they will lie about everything that the one democracy in the middle of the Middle East, the one place where people of every religion, every skin color, every creed is allowed to live free, every sexual orientation. And they will create a new set of lies to tell about us. And they will say, those Jews that were killed by the Nazis, today they are committing genocide against us. Those Jews that we would let only stay in a shtetl or in a ghetto, they created an open-air prison. Those Jews that elect people of all religion, one person, one vote in their own country, they're an apartheid state. And because of that, we are somehow less than everyone else. And not just those of us that live in Israel, but those of us that live in America. And not just those of us that support Israel, but those that are ethnically similar to the people that are. And so they feel righteous today. Hamas, when they raped us, burned us alive, murdered us, and kidnapped us, they weren't guilty. They were proud. They videoed it so we would never forget it, the great thing they did for the world in their view of it. And today, when our kids walk on college campuses, and even just yesterday, kids are getting beamed with bottles of water at Yale, or we read the story about Columbia, where they're going to have another encampment, a place with about a year ago, Jewish students had to evacuate campus because the girls in their dorm were told they'd be raped, and the boys coming back from Havdalah services were beaten. Those kids who did it, they didn't feel guilty, although somehow they put a mask on their face. They felt righteous. Today, Harvard, instead of helping their Jewish students feel welcome on campus, they feel righteous to not give us the same protections they would give everyone else. The people that hate us feel that they have the right because there have been enough lies said, enough times, that enough people believe it. For us to have value here today, we must make sure that we never forget what happened to our families and that we never again let it happen again. So with that, it is my honor and privilege to turn the microphone over to our Director of Education, Donna Rosenblum. Thank you.